welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do another cook with me video, and today we're gonna make some steak in chimichurri sauce and some soft delicious mashed potatoes. Here I've laid out all the ingredients that I'm gonna use for this recipe, and I'll have everything listed in the description box. For my steak and chimichurri sauce, I have some lemon, some white onion, rosemary, thyme, kosher salt, black pepper, and some wine vinegar. I also have some garlic and butter. And for your sauce, you definitely need some cilantro, and you also need a lot of parsley. And this is the steak that I decided to purchase. Is Beef Loin Strip Steak, and you could use any steak that you like, but I prefer like the boneless because I am gonna chop this up. And for my mashed potatoes, I have about 8 or 7 red potatoes, and I'm gonna use heavy cream, salt, garlic powder, and butter. So we're gonna begin by making our chimichurri sauce, and I'm gonna chop up the vegetables really finely. I've already washed them. I'm gonna begin mixing some red vinegar, and now I'm gonna squeeze some lemon juice. And then I'm gonna do the rest olive oil. Now I'm gonna season the sauce with a little bit of pepper. I'm also gonna add some salt. And this will be all to taste. So here are my 4 pieces of steak. The first thing that we're gonna do is pat them dry. And it's preferable that your steaks are room temperature before putting them in the pan. Now I'm gonna take my kosher salt, and it does have to be coarse kosher salt because any other salt is just not gonna penetrate the steak. Now I'm gonna take my pepper and do the same thing. I'm gonna be very generous. What I'm gonna do now is just pat all the ingredients in. And I'm gonna repeat the same step to the other side. So that excess salt and pepper that fell on the sides of the board, I'm gonna flip my steak from the fat side and just make sure that they get some so that all sides are seasoned. See? Now that my steaks are nicely seasoned, I'm gonna grab my potatoes, and I actually grabbed about 11 or 12 of them, and I'm just gonna peel those and put them to boil. So I've washed my potatoes and now I'm going to chop them up into smaller pieces just so that they can cook a little faster. I put down some water. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And now I'm gonna put in my potatoes so that they can cook. So I've poured some vegetable oil onto my cast iron skillet, and the stove is on the hottest setting because I want the steaks to get a really nice sear, and I'm gonna let them cook on one side for about 5 minutes. So I want the steak that's closest to me to be well done, so I'm going to cook it until it's above 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and the other one I want it to be medium well, so I'm going to cook that for about 150 degrees. Now that it's time to flip my steak, I lower the temperature so that it can cook through without burning. And then I'm going to add some butter, some thyme, some crushed garlic. And next I'm going to make sure to constantly baste my steaks so that they don't dry out. And my house smells so good right now. So I'm taking out my medium well piece of steak first, and then I will take out the well done piece of steak, which is 160 degrees and up. As a last minute thing, I decided to make some broccoli. So I put down some olive oil, I added salt, garlic powder, and some water. I stirred it up and put a lid right after so that the broccoli can steam and cook. My potatoes are done, so I'm gonna drain them. First thing I'm gonna do is add some butter. And then I'm gonna add some heavy whipping cream. And some garlic powder. And lastly, I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper. And now I'm gonna stir this up with my mixer. I'm gonna give this a taste. I'm gonna add another chunk of butter and a little more heavy cream. I'm also gonna add just a tad bit more salt. It's missing a little bit of this. So I'm cutting into my well done piece of steak, and you can see that it is well done. There's no pink on the inside. Now I'm cutting into my medium well piece of steak, and this came out just the way I like it. It's very tender and it was very easy to cut into. Now to serve my plate, I put on some mashed potatoes, my broccoli, and now I'm adding my chimichurri sauce. And one thing that I did forget to add was to like finely chop garlic and add it onto my sauce, because the garlic brings it to a whole nother level. So if you want to recreate this recipe, don't forget to add that. I bit into my steak and it was tender, it was soft, my potatoes were fluffy, and my broccoli was very well seasoned. Everything just came together and it was all so delicious. That's gonna be it for my cook with me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do recreate this recipe, tell me how it goes in the comments. I'll see you on my next one.